Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Health Breakdown. Today, I want to talk to you about something that's happening quietly, gradually, but with real consequences for your health, independence, and quality of life. As we age, our bodies naturally go through many changes, and one of the most significant, yet often overlooked, is the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. This condition, known as sarcopenia, typically begins around the age of 50 and progresses with each passing decade. By the time someone reaches their 70s or 80s, they may have lost as much as 30% of their muscle mass. While this might seem like an inevitable part of getting older, the truth is that muscle loss is not only natural, it's also largely preventable. Sarcopenia happens because the body becomes less efficient at synthesizing new muscle protein. Hormonal changes, reduced physical activity, and inadequate nutrition all contribute to the decline. The muscles begin to shrink and weaken, which in turn affects balance, mobility, and stamina. Everyday tasks, getting out of a chair, climbing stairs, or even carrying groceries, can suddenly become difficult. This loss of muscle power increases the risk of falls, injuries, and a cascade of health complications that can lead to a loss of independence. But just because sarcopenia is common doesn't mean it's unavoidable. Studies have shown that seniors who remain physically active and eat a balanced diet rich in protein can dramatically slow down or even reverse muscle loss. In fact, resistance training, like lightweight lifting or bodyweight exercises, stimulates muscle growth and strengthens bones, even in people well into their 80s and 90s. Physical activity tells the body these muscles are still needed, and the body responds by preserving and rebuilding them. Nutrition is equally important. Many seniors unknowingly consume less protein than they need. Their appetite might diminish, or they may not prioritize protein-rich foods, thinking they're only for athletes or younger people. But older adults actually need more protein per pound of body weight than younger adults, simply because their bodies use it less efficiently. When the body doesn't get enough protein, it begins breaking down muscle tissue to meet its basic needs, accelerating the effects of sarcopenia. Preventing muscle loss isn't about extreme diets or intense gym sessions. It's about consistent, manageable lifestyle choices, eating protein with every meal, staying active in daily life, and engaging in some form of resistance. Exercise can make a huge difference. Simple actions, like taking a walk, gardening, or doing chair squats, are powerful ways to signal the body to maintain its strength. The message is clear. While muscle loss with age is a biological process, it's not a life sentence. With the right approach, seniors can stay strong, mobile, and independent far longer than previously thought. Sarcopenia may be natural, but through awareness, nutrition, and movement, it can absolutely be prevented, or at least greatly delayed. It's never too late to take charge of your health, and every step you take now builds a stronger, more resilient future. Protein plays a critical role in preserving muscle mass, especially as we age. Our muscles are primarily made of protein, and to maintain them, the body needs a constant supply of amino acids, the building blocks of protein. Without enough protein in the diet, the body doesn't have the materials it needs to repair and rebuild muscle tissue. Over time, this leads to muscle breakdown, weakness, and a higher risk of disability or loss of independence. As people get older, the efficiency with which the body uses protein begins to decline. This means that even if an older adult consumes the same amount of protein they did in their younger years, their body won't use it as effectively to maintain muscle. This makes it all the more important for seniors to consume more protein, not less. Unfortunately, many older adults don't realize this and often eat less protein than they need due to changes in appetite, difficulty chewing, or simply not understanding its importance. Muscle mass isn't just about physical appearance or athletic performance. It's crucial for everyday function. It helps with balance, movement, posture, and even supports the body's metabolism. Muscle also plays a role in blood sugar regulation and immune function. When muscle mass decreases, so does overall strength and energy, which can limit mobility and increase the risk of falls and injuries. For seniors, a fall can be life-changing, leading to long recovery times or even permanent disability. Protein helps prevent this by maintaining the strength and function of the muscles needed for stability and movement. Research consistently shows that seniors who consume higher levels of protein, particularly distributed throughout the day, have better muscle mass, strength, and overall physical function. Eating a large portion of protein at just one meal isn't enough. It's more beneficial to spread protein intake evenly across breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This approach helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis multiple times per day, sending a strong signal to the body to maintain and repair muscle tissue. Good sources of protein include lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, legumes, nuts, seeds, and soy products like tofu and tempeh. For those who have difficulty preparing or consuming whole foods, high-quality protein powders or ready-to-drink protein shakes can be a convenient alternative. What's most important is consistency and adequacy, getting enough protein every day to meet the body's ongoing needs. Ultimately, protein is not just another nutrient. It's a powerful tool for aging well. It helps preserve strength, promotes healing, supports independence, and contributes to overall vitality. Without enough protein, muscle loss accelerates, and the aging process can become more difficult than it needs to be. By prioritizing protein, seniors can take a simple yet powerful step toward maintaining their health, resilience, and quality of life well into their later years. Many seniors are not consuming enough protein to meet their daily needs, and this shortfall can have serious consequences for their health and well-being. As people age, several changes occur that can lead to reduced protein intake. These include a diminished appetite, changes in taste and smell, dental issues that make chewing difficult, digestive concerns, fixed incomes that limit food choices, and even a lack of knowledge about the importance of protein in later life. Despite these challenges, the need for protein actually increases with age, making this widespread deficiency particularly concerning. The aging body becomes less efficient at processing protein, which means older adults need more of it to maintain the same level of muscle mass as younger individuals. Yet, surveys and dietary studies consistently show that many older adults fall short of even the minimum recommended levels. This shortfall contributes to muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, which is a major cause of weakness, frailty, and reduced mobility in the elderly population. Without adequate protein, the body starts to break down muscle tissue to meet its needs, leading to a gradual decline in strength and function. The consequences of low protein intake go beyond just feeling weak or tired. Inadequate protein is directly linked to slower recovery from illness or injury, increased risk of falls, poor wound healing, and weakened immune response. For seniors who are already at higher risk for hospitalization and complications from common illnesses, this makes protein an essential part of daily nutrition, not just an optional nutrient. One reason for low protein intake is the traditional eating pattern that many older adults follow. Breakfast, for example, often consists of foods low in protein, such as toast, cereal, or fruit. Lunch might include soup or a sandwich with minimal protein. By the time dinner comes around, it may be too late to make up the deficit. To truly support muscle maintenance and overall health, seniors need to include a source of protein in every meal, ideally aiming for 20-30 grams per meal. This helps stimulate muscle protein synthesis consistently throughout the day. Adding protein to the diet doesn't have to be difficult. Small adjustments like including eggs or Greek yogurt at breakfast, adding lean meats or legumes to lunch, and choosing fish, chicken, or tofu for dinner can make a big difference. Snacks like nuts, cheese, or protein shakes can also help fill in the gaps. For those with dental or chewing issues, softer protein options like cottage cheese, scrambled eggs, or smoothies can be excellent alternatives. Addressing protein deficiency among seniors requires awareness, planning, and sometimes support from caregivers or healthcare professionals. The benefits, however, are well worth the effort. By ensuring adequate protein intake, seniors can maintain their strength, recover more quickly from health setbacks, stay active, and enjoy a higher quality of life. Protein is more than a building block for muscles. It's a foundation for independence and vitality in the later years of life. Consuming protein consistently throughout the day is one of the most important yet often overlooked strategies for maintaining muscle health, especially in older adults. Many people tend to eat most of their protein at dinner, with very little at breakfast or lunch. While this might seem harmless, research shows that this uneven distribution of protein can reduce the body's ability to effectively use it for muscle maintenance and repair. Instead, spreading protein intake more evenly across all meals can significantly enhance the body's muscle building response and help prevent age-related muscle loss. The body can only utilize a certain amount of protein at one time to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, the process by which muscle is repaired and rebuilt. For most adults, this threshold is around 20 to 30 grams per meal, depending on body size and activity level. When too much protein is consumed in a single meal, the excess is either stored as fat or used for energy, rather than building or preserving muscle. On the other hand, if too little is eaten at meals, such as a breakfast of toast and fruit, the opportunity to support muscle health is missed entirely. For seniors, this becomes even more important. As the body ages, it becomes less responsive to the muscle-building effects of protein. This condition, known as anabolic resistance, means that older adults need more protein per meal to achieve the same effect they would have experienced at a younger age. Therefore, simply eating enough protein overall is not enough. It must be consumed in the right amounts, spaced throughout the day, to be truly effective. Including 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner ensures that the muscles receive regular signals to maintain and rebuild tissue. This is especially important for preventing sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength that can lead to frailty, falls, and a decline in independence. In addition to helping preserve muscle, regular protein intake also supports bone health, immune function, and recovery from illness or injury, all of which become more crucial with age. Practical changes can make a big difference. For example, starting the day with eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie can set the tone for better muscle maintenance. Lunch can include lean meats, legumes, or tofu in sandwiches, soups, or salads. Dinner may already include protein, but ensuring the portion is sufficient and not overly relied upon to catch up on the day's needs is key. Even snacks can play a role, with options like cottage cheese, nuts, or protein bars helping to bridge any gaps. Ultimately, consistency is the secret. The human body thrives on routine inputs, and protein is no exception. By spacing protein throughout the day, seniors can better preserve their muscle mass, energy levels, and ability to stay active and independent. It's not just what you eat, it's when and how you eat it that makes a lasting difference in healthy aging. Prioritizing protein in the diet plays a vital role in supporting independence and maintaining a high quality of life, especially for seniors. As people age, their bodies go through many physiological changes that can impact mobility, strength, and overall health. One of the most significant of these changes is the gradual loss of muscle mass, known as sarcopenia. This decline can lead to reduced strength, slower movement, poor balance, and a higher risk of falls and injury. However, adequate protein intake can significantly slow down this process, helping older adults maintain their physical capabilities and live more independently. Muscle mass is essential for everyday tasks such as walking, getting out of bed, climbing stairs, or lifting household items. When protein intake is low, the body lacks the essential building blocks it needs to maintain and repair muscle tissue. This leads to a cycle of weakness and inactivity, which only accelerates the loss of muscle. Without enough strength, even the simplest daily activities can become exhausting or even dangerous, resulting in greater dependence on others. Protein also plays a key role in the body's recovery processes. Whether someone is healing from surgery, an illness, or a minor injury, the body requires more protein to rebuild tissue and support the immune system. Seniors who consume adequate protein tend to recover more quickly and completely, reducing the time they need assistance and the likelihood of long-term complications. This is particularly important after hospital stays or periods of bed rest, when muscle can deteriorate rapidly if not supported by proper nutrition. Maintaining muscle through sufficient protein intake also contributes to better balance and coordination, which helps prevent falls, a leading cause of injury and hospitalization in older adults. A fall can result in broken bones, surgery, and long rehabilitation periods, often leading to a permanent loss of independence. By keeping muscles strong, seniors improve their stability and mobility, making falls less likely and allowing them to continue living in their own homes and communities. Beyond physical health, there is also a strong connection between protein intake and mental well-being. When older adults can move comfortably, perform daily tasks, and engage in social activities, their confidence and sense of autonomy increase. This independence promotes a higher quality of life and contributes to emotional health by reducing feelings of helplessness, frustration, or depression that can result from physical limitations. Incorporating protein into every meal doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. With a variety of sources, such as eggs, chicken, fish, dairy, legumes, nuts, and even plant-based alternatives, it is entirely possible to meet daily protein needs through simple, balanced meals. By making protein a dietary priority, seniors can take a powerful step toward protecting their strength, mobility, and freedom. Ultimately, it's not just about living longer, it's about living well. Prioritizing protein is an investment in the ability to remain active, independent, and engaged in life at every age.